So with the new patch live, I thought it might be time to go into a little bit more detail about some of the changes and some of the impact I feel like they're making with one specific character. I'm talking about D.Va, of course. Hey guys, Dimebot here, and let's get into it. So for those that didn't check out the patch notes video or don't know about the new patch notes, so D.Va has gotten some changes. Her defense matrix now is on a toggle. You'll see it there in the HUD. It's got a cooldown of 1 second now, and it has an energy bar that's going to run down as you hold down the right mouse button. They've moved it from E to the right mouse button. Lasts for about 4 seconds if you hold it down the whole time. Takes about 10 seconds to fully recharge, but you can now drop it and raise it whenever you want to. So let's talk about how this has affected D.Va. So D.Va has always kind of been not a true tank, more of a skirmisher. Yeah, she's got tank health, but she's got that massive headshot hitbox too. That visor that's the front of her mech, that's basically the whole front of her. It's just one giant critical shot, meaning she melted a lot quicker than any other tank. Now, what people usually use her for, including myself, is to kind of get around the back lines and harass. She's got that boost, she's able to get in the back line, she's able to disrupt. But she was never really able to soak up a lot of damage because whenever you raised your defense matrix, people would just stop shooting you because it was on a fixed time frame and they knew it was going to go down. And once it went down, they'd just melt you because they could just lay fire into the front of your mech and get headshots and just destroy you. Now, what they've done by making this ability a toggle is given D.Va the ability to be a lot more survivable and a lot more useful to her team, really, if you want to get down to it. And I think that's a big change for her. So you'll see in the footage in the background, that when you get into a fight, you can just pop the defense matrix up, wait a second until, say, Soldier 76 has to reload or something, and then lower the shield once they're done and get some damage in. So it really makes her a lot more versatile in combat, gives her a lot more options, and it also helps out the rest of the team because you're almost always going to have Reinhardt. She's not going to replace Reinhardt anytime soon. Reinhardt is the tank. He's the backbone of most teams, but she now has the ability, instead of, just popping the defense matrix and hoping to absorb some damage, of strategically putting herself in the line of fire and popping that defense matrix. Maybe your Reinhardt's shield is down and he needs to recharge, or maybe Reinhardt's being distracted and you really need to shield the team from, say, a Pharah ult. Now you can do that because it's on a 1 second cooldown and you can just pop it up whenever you need to. So she's not going to be replacing Reinhardt anytime soon, but it gives her the ability to stay in that frontline fight to help out the team. If you've got a lot of ults coming in, help absorb some of the damage, help cover some of the flanks and angles that Reinhardt might not be able to hit, because that shield can't cover everything. Then once that's done, D.Va can move on and hit the side like she normally does, get in the back, find that Junkrat, find that Ana that's support sniping from a ways away and providing those heals, and just go ahead and be disruptive and a general pain in the ass like she usually is. I mean, that really is D.Va in a nutshell, is just kind of a pain in your ass. Those guns do a lot of damage up close. She's got a huge health pool, like I said, offset by that critical box, but now she can protect it much, much better. And last but not least, that ult. So D.Va's ult used to take 4 seconds to detonate, and now takes 3. Now, 1 second doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it is a huge difference. I used to get, 1 kill maybe with D.Va's ult. In fact, I almost felt like I never saw it take anybody down. Now I'm getting, double kills, triple kills, a quadruple kill, as you saw earlier in these gameplay clips. It just seems like the ult is a lot harder to get away from now. 3 seconds is a little bit shorter. It's not as much time to run away, to break that line of sight, to get away. And D.Va herself is now more of a threat while her ult is out. Unless you fired it from a long way away by boosting in and jumping out of the mech, you had to run and take cover yourself because it would kill you. Now the ult will no longer damage the D.Va that popped it, which means that you could potentially go in, say, on Temples Anubis or another control map. Instead of having to boost in and jump out, you can boost down, land the mech, hit the ult, pop out, and then start laying down fire on people. And while they're distracted fighting you, they also have to be thinking about getting away from the explosion. So you may still go down, but you're able to stay in the fight and become more of an issue than you used to be, because now it's not going to kill you when it detonates. So all this together really puts D.Va in a very good spot. It definitely doesn't make her a mainline tank. I don't think anything ever will, and that's not the way that Blizzard wants to have her function. We have Reinhardt for the mainline tank, and he works exactly like they want to. Their big deal is to make D.Va more of a more of a support style. I guess maybe not more of a support style, more survivable. And this really fits what they were trying to do with her. Now, Does it make her more powerful? Absolutely. She's a lot more survivable. But, and I see people asking this occasionally, and I've seen in the forums, no, they didn't change her damage. She doesn't actually do any more damage. She's just going to live longer, meaning it's going to seem like it because she is staying around and just dishing out more punishment to you. But she's not actually gotten any more damage. Her pistol still does a ludicrous amount of damage when she's in her pilot mode. But the things that made D.Va so strong before, just the absolute ridiculous rate of fire and damage when you're up close with those mech shotguns, that pistol damage, they're still here, and they're just made all the more worse because of the fact that you just cannot kill her now. She's so much harder to kill. So I think D.Va's going to be a much bigger in the meta. I think we all better get used to it, and I for one am glad of the change. It puts her in a lot better spot, especially with some of the other changes to characters. You know, you've got that huge Zenyatta buff, you've got Anna coming into the game, you've got that pretty good buff to Mercy, and it's going to be really interesting to see how D.Va gets slotted into the meta, especially now that McCree has also got his sniping back, so he's going to be back in the meta as well. So it should be fairly interesting, and I for one am looking forward to playing it. But yeah, guys, you should definitely give D.Va a try. She's a lot different than her previous iteration, much more survivable. She's still fun to play, but you just feel a lot more potent with her now because you can pop that defense matrix at needed in fights, and it's definitely going to make her tougher for people to deal with, unless they get booped off the side of Nepal there. But you know what? I'll give them that play. Alright guys, that is going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dunbot. Hit like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Like what you saw? Click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Or click on one of these other videos.